This video is sponsored by my OnlyFans, where I do my meaningful sex educational content, fitness, health, nutrition, relationship advice, and more. Hi guys, and welcome to Gage Reviews, and to this, talk review of episodes 3 and 4 of She-Hulk. So guys, as you well know, our relationship never... Sorry, that's a line from Hot and Cleveland, very funny show. So, as some of you know, I did something like a review with my friend Logan of the previous She-Hulk, previous 2 episodes, I think. Basically, we just talked about the overall. And now I'm going to play some scenes from the last 2 episodes, and we're going to discuss what's wrong with it. So, for a bit of a context, firstly, there were some things about Chico that were like over the top. I also did, a reaction of Angry Joe, how he was attacked because of his opinion, because he didn't hate it. And he did a very, very detailed breakdown of what was wrong with She-Hulk, in terms of, how she was basically dismissing Bruce's experience thus far, by explaining that she was infinitely more than him, controlling his anger, controlling her anger, sorry, while simultaneously losing it. So, a lot. You can watch that video if you wish. And hi to everybody in the chat, by the way. Hi to Andre, Dear Clayton, Ivy, Optic, hi to you. Yes, and here we go. So, yeah, it's a lot for me to explain, but there were some points that were absolutely perfect that he did. I mean, Angry Joe did see this very objectively, actually. So in some ways she was right, in some other ways she wasn't right. There are some woke things that are like too on the nose and she went too far. And there are some things that do happen in real life, but then again, I always say, those shows that are about superheroes or fantasy, I mean, are those shows supposed to reflect the real world? I don't think so. I mean, it's fictional. So, in the Marvel world, if there's a ton of sexism in the real world, there should not be that all the time, especially not presented in such a way that's just not organic and it's very out there. So that is how people are getting annoyed, no matter if you went through something like this or didn't. I personally went through a lot of what I'm seeing on She-Hulk, but at the same time, what's there, guys? It's still not right what she's doing because she's not being objective. And that was the problem thus far, but now with the latest 3 episodes that we're going to take a look at, things gotten so much worse and so disrespectful to anything that Marvel has ever done so far that the internet memes just cannot stop. Like 2 hours earlier I posted one very funny meme on the community tab, so if you like to see that, just go on the community tab to see it. Now let's take a look, and thank you so much, Dear Clayton. Let's take a look of some of the parts of episode 3, and then we're going to move on to episode 4, so I can illustrate my points. So yes, gonna skip around.
Sir, we just started a superhuman law division, and I want the She-Hulk to be the face of it.
I can't wait to take on whatever
First,
case.
the CGI, when you look at it for a lot of time, that's another topic, but yeah, the CGI is not good. Look good in the trailers, but just not good here. The horrible, huge costumes that she wears, I hope that changes. That's not the biggest problem. I mean, I understand why she does, but there's so much better costumes that are not male costumes. Even that character said to her that she has to change clothes because this is ridiculous. This is exactly a man's costume. So in anything these days that is trying to hammer on our heads like so, how horrible men are and all those things, they're doing a pretty good job of pretending to be a man. So, very ironic, very, very, very.
No,
Can't talk to a 10 about embarrassing man stuff. She could be my next fiance.
Thanks, Optic.
Happy to not be involved.
And thanks, dear Clayton. And this is another comic book character, by the way, who is race banned for absolutely no reason. As always, because there's never good reason for these things. There just isn't. Okay, so Wong in this show, guys, he's a complete how is the word for that? Laughing stock? Yes, he's a complete laughing stock. He's not the Sorcerer Supreme, not even close. And now that Doctor Strange has returned, he never really were. I mean, he was obviously snapped, but then when he returned. He was supposed to just get his title back. But no, this guy that has zero wisdom, that was so mentally weak that he told Wanda where the freaking book of whatever that was. I can't believe I forgot that. The Darkhold. That the Darkhold was a copy and the real one was actually in a temple. The temple itself, basically, the walls of it is the Darkhold. He was so quickly to say that to her and all that. He's ridiculous. No wisdom, just pretending to be wise. A lot to say about that. It's just horrible. Hi, Varys.
Message.
Mr. Wong. Great entrance. Perfect timing. I really need to take this.
You may go.
Thank you. Pug.
And he just dresses horribly. I mean, Doctor Strange dresses like somebody that you would say, oh yes, this guy looks like Sorcerer Supreme, but not Wong. Wong is just Wong. Ridiculous. There was a comment here, something.
You guys know me.
We're coming to you.
Anyway, we cannot stop at everything. So this here, well, it was funny, but once again, this is not Abomination in any way, shape, or form. It is not him. It's a totally different character. I don't know what's the joke with these women being his. I don't know. It is just so creepy and weird and doesn't make any sense. So that's one of the things that is making this show laughing stock. They're taking characters that are well established in the comic books and they're making them a laughing stock in any possible way, to the point where you cannot recognize these characters at all anymore. And they putting such a random things. I mean, they're attaching random story stuff to their character, like these women being obsessed with him. Like, what is this? Is this superhero show? Like, what is this? Is this a parody? Is this a freaking SNL sketch? Because to this point you're just getting more and more into that direction of an SNL sketch. Can't believe it. An SNL sketch are not even good these days, which is so sad because they used to be amazing. Super funny. I mean,
Nicolette are my soulmates.
all of them are his soulmates. Why? Where is this coming from? What's the logic behind this? This is really out of nowhere. And apologies if you hear, Goldie. And this elf or whatever that is, absolutely ridiculous. So stupid. Yeah.
Inspirational speeches are not admissible in court.
Super empty. And apparently, other, types of humanoids, like the elf from Asgard, are stupid because they decide to impersonate the judge and just to not be smart about this. Like, what the heck? She thinks that she can do whatever she wants and she's not switching personality, only appearance. What kind of a shapeshifter is that? So dumb. Is that even a woman? Okay. Yeah, impersonating the judge. So dumb.
This is very good for us.
And then we have sorry about that, guys, if you can hear it. We had Megan Thee Stallion, which I never in my life heard of her, but we're going to get to her. Okay, then we're going through here. Oh, I think there was something interesting here.
Who also happens to be Hulk?
What are you talking about? Jen, the genie is out of the bottle, girl. You are a story now.
No, I don't want this.
Oh my god, you're pregnant with the abomination's baby. And you're flying a little baby.
Walter is rushing
Just
by.
stupid.
A monster.
This can go away, with one little interview. Good Day LA is thirsty for you.
No, thank you. Hard pass.
I cannot wait for this to be over so I can go back to being a normal,
There was something here, yeah.
anonymous
Let's see.
lawyer who also happens to be a Hulk.
What are you talking about? Jen, the genie is out of the bottle, girl. You are a story now. Okay.
No, I don't want this.
Oh my god, you're pregnant with the abomination's baby, and you're flaunting a little baby.
That's what a father is.
Yeah.
God, Dennis Bukowski.
Oh, yeah, no, you're gonna need that.
Maybe it was the other episode.
Nice.
This is still so weird with the fourth wall breaking. Just a lot of times just seems out of place, honestly. Okay, so at this point, this happens. I mean, with those women, ridiculous. Then these guys. Okay, so these guys are supposed to be a lot more in the comic books. I saw how they really look like. And this is just another laughing stock. Honestly, it's such a huge, once again, I mean, you can say nobody cares about these characters, Gary. Yes, but the point is, you know, it's a matter of principle. They just take whatever characters they like, whether that be the biggest characters or the bottom of the barrel, and they're making them a complete joke and not the characters themselves. So basically, they're only characters by name. And why would they do that? They already have the material, the source material is there. They don't have to do, you know, crazy shenanigans like this to make it interesting. It's already done, just like use it properly. And those guys just have weapons from Asgard. So apparently anyone can have these weapons. And they're big buff dudes in the comic books, like big buff dudes. Okay. So, now, end credit scene where we're going to see the worst thing ever, basically.
Good. And initials up here.
To this I would say so unprofessional, like what are you doing? But that's not the point, guys. I mean, that is if it's in the context of the story, but in general, once again here, it's a matter of principle. Why would you do this to a superhero character? It is so disrespectful to anything thus far. It really is. It really freaking is. Tony Stark died for that. I mean, that's a meme on the internet, but yes, Tony Stark died for this? Crap! For this?
He almost tasted that.
Horrible. My eyes, you know. I mean, once again, for a show that is trying to say that women are, I don't know what, in some way, shape, or form, not as simple as men, you know, not as, yeah, literally simpletons, you know, not that much. They're doing something that is one of the most lower cultured, easy women thing that you can do, basically. That, yeah. I mean, twerking. It's a lot easier to explain this in my own language, but you probably know what I mean. This is demeaning for superheroes to do. I still have no idea who Megan Thee Stallion is, because to me she's just like Nicki Minaj, like 1-to-1. What's the difference? I have no idea. But she acts the same, style of music the same, the way that she moves, everything is so much like Nicki Minaj. I wouldn't probably make the difference. If you didn't tell me who that is, I would be like, is this Nicki Minaj? But never mind that. And they even did this. And this, I mean, they continue to hammer us with that scene. Like, why? Horrible. Okay, we're moving on to episode 4. But yeah, so far, guys, for anyone that did not understand why this is so bad, it's just bad because you have to have some kind of a principles and standard of quality for storytelling and what superheroes can and cannot do. You know, they don't want to have sex scenes, let's say, but they are totally fine with having someone twerking, because what, that's okay, but the other things are not okay. I mean, those are two different things, you know, sex scenes obviously, but I mean that they have no standards for other things that superheroes can do, and they're still not supposed to do them. So I hope you know what I mean now. Trying to make this a bit wider. Okay. So, I'm gonna check your comments, guys, before we move to episode 4, where they did basically a stereotype of Snooki. Who the heck is Snooki? If you haven't seen Jersey Shore, a reality star that acts just like this character, and she even looks kind of like Snooki physically, only taller. So yeah, there's that. When I saw her, I was, you know, pretty shocked. There's a slight echo. Sorry, I saw that too late. SNL's kid. Yes, everything is SNL. Okay, so Andrew says, frankly, we should stop watching these garbage shows and instead support only good writing. These companies must learn the priority, and the priority should always be an art of storytelling. Yeah, and not do things because agendas. Like, this is absolute cancer to everything that we are watching. If those modern stuff get into, you know, whatever story that we love and characters that we love, everything just gets twisted and turned and changed to a recognizable degrees. Little Mermaid. Okay. So, and Ferris, already we know it will not change, but Angry Joe said the opposite. Well, Angry Joe did had some hopes, and you know, the first 2 episodes had some, well, it was not that bad. It was just not that bad. Like I've said, I already did an analysis of that. Now it is very bad. And we are going to get into that shortly, just as soon as I get through your comments. Optic says, well said, Andrea. If more people would do just that, maybe they wouldn't produce such garbage. But there is simply too many casual viewers or indifferent ones. Frankie says, Disney knows nobody reads the comic books. That's why they can change any character from the way they are in them. Well, what's that? I mean, a lot of people can make their research and see how things are in the comic books, and they can deviate from the original material as long as it does not sacrifice the quality. But here it just does. I mean, I haven't read the She-Hulk comic books, but I did my research about them because I just want to know how things were. And by the way, the comic books of She-Hulk that are mostly famous, I mean, the best comic books, came just a few weeks ago in Bulgaria, like in this collection book, and that's awesome. But yeah, the point is that this show is not good in the ways that it's showing things, presenting the characters, even if you have not read the comic books, even if you don't know who She-Hulk is. This is just cancerous the way that they're doing it. That's kind of the point. And even though I can relate to some of the things that she's going through, because they happen to me lots of times, even never mind, I already talked about this, no want to repeat myself. Here they're done in a very not objective way, basically implying that a lot of men are like this, if not all men. So She-Hulk as a woman is supposed to put up with all of this all the time, and it's very, very like it's just so on the nose, because it is very from the extreme, you know, to the extreme of things. Like, for instance, I think it was in episode 3, but I skipped it because I just remember that happened. One guy in the bar was like, oh, there's a hot woman or hot girl over there, I'm going to talk to it. I mean, who speaks like this, really? Even one of the worst guys that I've seen don't speak like this. I'm going to talk to it. I mean, This is like there's a collective pain body of women, and all tune into it, all women, and they're like, oh, men are evil, or men are evil, and they're so bad, oh men, you know, but like without any redeeming qualities whatsoever. So it's just too much. There are some guys that are really bad, not well mannered, sexist, and all of that, but a lot of guys are also not like this. So to put so many things that are pointing in that direction in a show, it's just ridiculous. And to talk to Bruce in such a demeaning manner, to, you know, make it seem like everything that he went through doesn't matter because he's a man. He has 15 years of experience of being a Hulk, and he actually managed to do something that he can, you know, be a Hulk, and at the same time he can be Bruce Banner. He actually put his mind to it and did something. And to say that her blood is healing him, but he cannot heal himself, that's ridiculous. Hulk can heal anything. It's basically like Deadpool, just cut his arm off and another one will grow back. That's how it should be. But yeah, I know that this is not the comic book Hulk. This Hulk is obviously a lot weaker. But once again, the point is that they are making She-Hulk to be better than him in some kind of a way, where this has no real reason for, rather than just to push into our faces that she is better because she is a she. That is how it comes out. And that's just not objective, it's not good. Doesn't make anybody any favors, because, you know, if you have to put a male character on a lower level in some kind of a way or context, to put a female character above him, that's automatically, you know, means that she doesn't have any other qualities to be put anywhere on that same level as him. So they have to put him down in order for her to get up, so to speak. And that is, once again, is bad for the male character in question, and it's bad for the female character. She has to have enough good qualities, so nobody else should have to be diminished in their qualities because of her. That's so horrible. It's just horrible ways of writing characters, of doing things, of making some kind of equality, because it's not an equality, it's totally the opposite. So yeah, if anybody is an objective person, no matter if you're a man or a woman, you would totally see through this and be like, okay, you know, this is not okay for the guys, it is not okay for the women, so who wins here? No one. It's like bullying the men in this case. So yeah, know the comics, do not know the comics, doesn't matter, because this is the crappy way of doing things all around. I'll continue with your comments, guys. Have to drink something because I was speaking for quite a while. Yeah. Yes, unfortunately that is true. I wish people had higher standards. Andrew says, Ivy says, welcome to Frankie. Thank you, dear Ivy, for the welcome. I don't know, I'm sure dedicated comic fans still buy them. I'm not sure they will keep going for things that are failing time and time again. Yeah, hi Chris, by the way. Optic says, hi, yeah, whoa, Joe was particularly crying, as many in the comment section were saying that he was a sellout, and from now on the other two, other Joe and Alec, to make the reviews. We all know that, you know, he proved himself a ton of times that he's not a sellout. He literally tells it like he sees it, no matter if it's negative or positive, and now when the show got even further, he's still saying it. So there's that. I mean, people just like stupid sometimes, literally stupid. Okay, reading. Cannot read everything, but this Megan shampoo porn is nobody to me. Yes, indeed. I guess. I mean, why don't you put like I don't know who there, like Nicki Minaj for real, so at least we know who she is. Well, I don't think he was optimistic, Angry Joe that is. He was just trying to be objective and say, well, maybe they're going to show her that she's growing. So far, no. She's just getting stupider and less mature. This is one of the reasons why I'd love to introduce Gary to some anime and manga when she has the time, of course. Well, I am going to watch, if, alive and well. Damn it. I totally slipped my mind now because of the stupid things about She-Hulk. One Punch Man, yes. And I did so Taken. The new Taken, that anime. That was good. It was brief, that's why. We want Snooki. She was great in the Winchester Bros series. Haven't seen that. Now everybody like House of the Dragon. Well, because it's quality. I think Hot D is alright and nothing special. But when compared to later God season, it looks way better, and what it actually is still an enjoyable show. It is a very good show. It's just not the same. That's not a topic. It's not the same as the original show because different things happen. It's different period of time, different times, literally. So I don't know why people expect it to be the same in terms of dynamic, where it's totally different altogether. But that's not a topic, guys. Yes, it sounds like the writers weren't talented enough to pull off the bias for the characters, or this bias comes off so flat. It could be more interesting if her behavior was viewed as a big flaw. Yeah, actually. Oh, thank you very much, Diocletian, for updating the list of all the videos that I already did at OnlyFans. All the great topics, thank you. What is the TV series you're most anticipating, Gary? Andre, I don't know, maybe Secret Invasion to this point, just because that's the first thing on my mind right now, coming out of the 23. Yeah, I mean, that looks serious. And I love serious, I just don't like this. Okay, let's go now. So basically, guys, this episode starts with this guy that's supposed to be Ghost Rider. I mean, not the same name, but it's like close to it, so close. And you are wondering, why is this guy named this way in the first place? But we don't know because nobody's saying anything. He's just some kind of a fake magician that failed his camouflage, training. And then the Snooki character, which is absolutely horrible because, well, Snooki, she just gets thrown into the portal and apparently everything is fine. And here's this guy, Wong, who is Sorcerer Supreme, supposed to be wise, but he's not even a little bit. He's just an older teenager, I guess. Look at this.
Where am I? What happened to all the goblins?
What the heck?
Are you the Goblin King?
No, I'm not. Where did you come from, miss?
I grew up in Fort Lauderdale, but now my dad lives in Phoenix with his new family, so I go there sometimes. He marries this woman
Did a
who's...
cut-rate magician send you here?
Not exactly. He sent me to a dimension, and a talking goat helped me escape a lava pit in exchange for 6 drops of my blood. Oop. Then I kind of browned out, and now I'm here.
Okay, yep.
Sure. So, are any of these planets not suitable for human life? Because, it's one thing a superhero that is protected from the elements to just go to different planets of aliens. But yeah, apparently all planets, dimensions, they're just suitable for you to be there just as a regular human, not affected by anything. She just went through everything, even tore something hard out, apparently, with absolutely no skill whatsoever, and she's just here.
Okay, no.
Those things are canon, you do you realize?
Your home, what's your address?
I don't even remember. Wait, this is the one where they kill Adriana. It was so sad.
You just ruined it.
And he's apparently watching The Sopranos, which is such an old show to this point, which is probably great, but yeah. The thing is, why? This makes no freaking sense. You just put Wong to be there and to do stupid things. And talk stupid
I cried
things.
for 3 days.
Bloody place is going to pay for this.
Seriously, and she just allows this person to be here, I mean with him, in Kamartaj. She is still with the horrible, horrible costume. Her dad, which, well, never mind that. There were some things here, but yeah, we are going to be here the whole night. Okay, so continuing with Wong and his horrible clothes for Sorcerer Supreme or anything really. That's the only thing actually that I find funny.
American laws.
Yeah, the only thing that I found funny. A higher power that abides by the metaphysical laws of the time-space continuum.
Sure, but this is the American legal system. No judge is going to take this seriously unless we do things by the book.
Book of Shanty.
No, the book of American laws.
I mean, that just looks funny. It doesn't make much sense though, because why would he say the Book of Ashanti? I mean, this is supposed to take place like after Doctor Strange or before Doctor Strange, we're not really sure, but the Book of Ashanti was destroyed and she wouldn't know about it. It's like top secret thing that only the magical beings know about. Freaking Jesus Christ, you know? So dumb. Even Wanda didn't know about it before. Let alone She-Hulk, that thus far, before she became She-Hulk, she was clueless. So yeah. Reading your comments real quick to catch up. If you guys want to lift your spirits, I strongly recommend What You Do in the Shadows. Ah yes, I've heard about that. Taika Waititi did something good there, as far as I know. It's hard to believe, but maybe he's good there really. The Sopranos is the best written TV series I've watched, so I guess it's very good then, yeah. I think that most of these characters just act very non-ordinary. How many people do we know who are characters, who are all so unique in the strange ways they talk, move, exactly? That's... I mean, they could be unique in that and still say the dumbest, non-logical things ever. The problem with the show is even people in the show know The Sopranos is better. Hey Justin, I'm happy to see ya. Basically telling you on screen to go watch a real show. I don't think they meant that. Really, they're so far into their own asses that, so arrogant about all of this, that I think that they're pretty confident in their own abilities to totally poop on everything that ever meant anything in Marvel. It's my favorite. Mad Men, close second. Ah, never watched Mad Men. Never heard of it actually. It looked very good. It reminds me of old funny films called Scary Movie. They make fun of horror movies, but they make that on purpose. But She-Hulk is serious. Well, yeah, it's a huge difference because the scary movies, they are like Hot Shots. The Hot Shots movies, they are parodies on purpose, and they know exactly what they are, and everything that they are showing is meant to make fun as an SNL sketch, of a lot of different scenes and characters, and just the whole setting is totally different. Here they're really just trying to be funny, but with that, in that kind of a way, there's just no taste. It's tasteless. It's ridiculous. It's tasteless. They are mixing things that are not supposed to be mixed, like Snooki. A freaking Snooki stereotype here in the superhero show. Jesus. If you can copyright the personality of Snooki, maybe she should search her right here. They could just invite her, really. At Andrew, the Sopranos is very special. Hey, Justin. You lurk. Well, I love for you when you comment, Okay, so continuing.
Do you want to leave your information with me this time? Oh, very good.
Cheap human tricks.
And in the same time, he's watching the human shows. He acts like a regular human. Oh, this is something interesting. Okay.
I hate to see two stunning women sitting all alone.
Okay, well, there's two of us. So, by definition, not alone.
Actually, yeah. But once again, it's just one of those things. that are really on the nose.
Can I buy you sexy ladies a round of drinks?
Okay, sir, we're clearly in the middle of work here.
When you change your mind, I'll be at the bar.
Wow.
Okay, something like that also happened to me, but then on the table we were three. Yes, we were three. It was a very old guy, older than this, probably my grandfather, and he was, offered to buy us a drink, and I was like, mineral water, please, because I don't drink. Then, to the waitress, to not, offend them or anything. So I was super modest, mineral water. The other two friends, they took, I don't know what, something. It wasn't really that, not modesty as well. And then he came to our table and he was like, talking to me, are you someone famous? Because you have amazing, the way that you look, it's unique. And I was like, thank you. Well, not yet, but thank you. And then, he asked me what I do. I said, yeah, YouTube stuff. And he, said a few good things about the other two friends there. But mostly he was focused on me. So we just said okay and have a nice night, and that was it. I mean, he wasn't a simpleton about it. He was very polite, and he was just looking like he's genuinely interested, and he didn't do anything else. So, I mean, he wasn't consistently speaking in this manner where, oh, you don't know what you're missing, I'm super annoying. Not, anything like this, not anything like this. So yeah, here is one of those annoying case scenarios that also may happen. There's this other case. A few guys that were older, like 10 years, because they told me, and they were like on the closed table, and they were just like, one of the guys. Anyway, yeah, never mind. This is just one of those things that are on the nose. I know that they do happen, but still, don't need to put it here because, yet again, if you have to count all the instances where there were men that were doing the wrong thing towards women, we will have a lot to count. Like from the first episode to the fourth. To this one, a lot to count.
See, that guy's exactly why I don't date. Oh my god, you don't
Too
date
much.
action. Jesus. There are plenty of non-gross people out there for you to date.
Usually.
Show me your matcher profile. Yeah. Jennifer. Gavin. Baby steps. Okay, there we go. Alright. Quite nice. Oh.
And this is horrible picture. I mean, I have a picture like this, similarly like this. Still not that horrible though, but I mean, professional picture with a cool jacket and all of that does not say anything about your personality. If anything, you look so stuck up and serious, which is not very attractive look. Okay, Justin. Okay, continuing.
Oh my god. We're not using your corporate headshot as your profile photo. Jen, what's your first date gonna be? Webinar? This is exactly what
Come
I want.
on.
Okay, there's no judgment. But
Well, she's just not good in this, so it's not about judgment, it's about telling you how it is so you can get better in those things, damn it. Oh, how is everything in these days a judgment? Can it be like an advice, like a friendly, more of a qualified opinion? No, it's all about judgment, don't hurt my feelings, so everybody are like kids now? In terms of emotional state and maturity? Nobody can take anything, any advice, any friendly suggestion because it is no longer a friendly advice or a friendly suggestion, it's criticism, it's judgment. God forbid someone is trying to help you. And believe me, that also happened to me as well. I mean, my ex-girlfriends, let's say, because really I have nothing to do with them in general, but back in the, well, a few years ago, when I was seeing them struggle with the man and all that, and I'm trying to say that is not good for them, the guys that they're picking, they're not respecting them, all of the things that you probably will see in this show in general. If they had those cases from your life somewhere, you're probably going to see them on screen, but at least those things are real, more real, you know, and the way that they transpire is more accurate. Anyway, the point is that when I was trying to protect them and say, you know, hey, you know, this guy or that guy, they're like, obviously they're not for you, they're super disrespectful, they're actual misogynist, like real, for real, you know, not just oh my gosh, modern world. And I mean, in Bulgaria there's a lot of people that, you know, if they come from villages or if they come from like other cities even, they're very simple in the ways that they're thinking about women. They're still very sexist about a lot of things, like the woman should cook and clean and they should make more money than her and all those things, like for real, and other stuff. And every night he should have his salad and his rakia, you know, that's alcohol, next to his meal, so he can like grow a belly, become fat, and still be confident as the way that he was when he was, you know, not fat, and other stuff like that. Ridiculous. And also, when, you know, we go, I mean, when I used to go to see them, they would bring their men. They're not men at all, anyway, and they will not even say hi because I'm a girl. Why would anyone want to know these people, no matter if you're even guys, you know? Why someone that's self-respecting man, that has some kind of intelligence and some kind of a culture to them, you know, and just is well brought up, we want to have any relationship with some other guys that are not well brought up, that are disrespectful towards women in every single second of their existence. And yeah, and one particular comment that I'm going to mention, yeah. So one time, one of the last times, that like it was like the final straw for me. So I was invited, you know, to one of these girlfriends' birthday, and you know, I was at their place. She was just switching channels. There was The Devil Wears Prada on the screen, and here we have the character of not Helen Hunt. I always forget her name, but you know, the actress that plays this editor of the magazine, and she obviously is not a very good person. So you're watching that, and her man is like, this is a absolute, damn it, in English I don't know how that's gonna sound, but something like, what a disgusting freak is that woman, or something like that. But in Bulgaria it sounds just more bad, a lot worse. It's just a lot worse. So basically he meant, this is a woman, so that automatically means blah, you know, and then this is a very bad woman, so automatically he's blah, you know, because he doesn't understand context and character growth or anything like this. It doesn't matter, it's a woman, it's a bad woman, there's no reason for that, she's just a bad woman apparently. So yeah, let's we all just throw insults on the screen and pretend that there's not other female people there in the living room. Yeah. So I was like, no, I don't need that anymore. I'm not sure why I'm putting up with this. I'm just getting out of here. So there's that. I mean, in the US, I don't know how much you can get all of that I have seen or lived, really. I don't know how much you can get that. I kind of doubt that this is so prevalent as it is here, because just, you know, the Balkans is just something different. People are still old-fashioned in a bad way. Not all, like, thank God. But there's still such guys that you just cannot bear, even if you're a guy. And they're absolutely ridiculous. They have no argument for this. They're just how they're, you know, how they grew up. They're used to somebody to bring them their food. They're used to being fat after they get married, and that's all. That's basically all.
That was a really bad choice.
Oh.
She's gonna say
Oh
something.
my god, are you swiping?
Yes, of course. Come on, it's a numbers game, all right? After about 500 swipes, you're gonna get about a third of those as matches, and then that's when the real filtering happens. Oof.
Thank God I never have to be on one of these, apps. They're really cancerous as well. I mean, because it does treat, it does present people like some kind of a commodity to be sold, and the matches are ridiculous. I recently asked the guy that I'm coaching about relationships, by the way, and how he should treat, in general, women. Actually, he doesn't know how to treat women, but he doesn't know how to react and like communicate well. But if he is about to like treat literally someone, he does know how to do that for the most part. But he's very bad in the communication spectrum. So he showed me the Bulgarian Tinder or whatever, and I was like, how is this a match or that or this? And he was like, just based on almost nothing. I'm like, and you're counting on this to find yourself a date? Really? Anyway.
Hetero life is grim.
Nikki, you're not helping.
Hetero life is grim. When? Since when? Why do you have to put down hetero anything? Why, show? Why are you doing it? I mean, first, most people are heterosexual. Most, a lot more than gay. That's a fact. So I don't know how it is to date for a gay person, but I would imagine it's a bit harder, or could be harder, because there's just not enough people that are gay to begin with. So I don't know what the heck she's talking about. I really don't. Both not hetero and hetero dating could be grim in any case, but it also could be awesome. Just depends on like so many things. Let me see what you guys are saying. Hi, Vasak. And thank you, dear Ivy. And you were right to give this advice to those friends. That's the thing when it's a friend who shows care. The advice is gold. Sometimes we need a different point to see problems. Exactly, but they just resented me. They literally resented me because of that. And I'm like, okay, if you want to suffer, it's your life. Sorry, I cannot twist your arm. You have to do it yourself, and they don't want to. They prefer to suffer. So okay, and pretend on Facebook that everything's fine, perfect life, picture with the boyfriend, and everything is amazing. But actually, it isn't, and everybody knows that who knows them personally. So it's ridiculous. They are doing no favors to themselves. Oh, so Zach, what do you mean? You shouldn't have the thought that you might be wrong, and this is the fastest way to make a mistake, to think that you can't make a mistake. Yes, in general, you're right, but I'm not sure what you were referring to. I said so many things to this point. Andrew says, I get what you mean, Gary. Here in Portugal, people can still be old-fashioned too, especially my parents and grandparents' generation. That as well, and the newer generation, like me, when they grew up with such people, they're just becoming the same. The overtone window in action. The overtone window in action? Really not sure what you mean there. Sorry, Zach. You drink your juice worth to watch more than this garbage? Well, yeah, this is actually vitamins. Some vitamins and magnesium, yes. And nowadays you have dating apps for everyone. Yeah, they're just not the best thing. Okay, moving along, guys, because I'm very far into this stream. Wow, 49 minutes, didn't expect that. So continuing with the stupid stuff with Wong, which are really dumb. Once again, if you don't know. Now this guy, it's a doozy.
In what field?
TBD, me. And I swiped right for a hot date.
He's literally doing the cheapest tricks in the book.
Got your ball.
Ridiculous.
No, officer, that stroller hit me. And that's how I got a lifetime ban from Winnipeg, Canada. Anyway, I hate LA. Everyone here is so phony. See, I'm a New Yorker, through and through.
Oh, how long did you live there?
14 months. But I decided I couldn't just be a yes man to some stiff boss, you know? That's why I'm an entrepreneur.
Oh, in what field?
TBD.
You have no idea what that is. If you do know, let me know. Not that it's that important. Great. The first date. Jesus.
So what do you do?
I'm a lawyer. I just started at a firm downtown, GLK&H. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I know downtown.
He just knows downtown. That's it.
I'm running a superhuman law division. Because I have superpowers.
Okay.
I'm a Hulk. I can lift a full-size sedan with one hand.
Okay. This has been so great.
Yeah, it really has.
Horrible person. What now? Who's gonna pay?
All right. Thank you so much for the drinks.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, we should do this again.
There's an idea.
What?
This is Alan.
He left her to pay. Oh, that is ugly. Ugly. Well, first they're presenting the type of a guy that's just the bottom of the barrel. One of the worst you can imagine. To the very least, they should both pay. Definitely, he should not walk out and leave her to pay. I mean, he's immediately disqualified from absolutely everything ever. Horrible.
Oh my god. Your Honor, we have filed...
Maybe she shouldn't say that she's a lawyer, because that means that she's getting a lot of money. Anyway, really, so bad. But that's once again on purpose. Like, every few minutes they're showing something that the guy's doing that's terribly wrong. That's basically how this show goes. It's not even about She-Hulk as She-Hulk.
Right now. Yep.
And this woman continues to be Snooki. Her mannerisms, the things that she's saying, everything that she's doing is Snooki. I just can't believe this. They're not even hiding it.
Did you get a ticket for texting? Just say you were texting 911, they can't prosecute.
That isn't what this is, and that's not true. I just want to ask you a few questions, so if you come this way.
I would love that.
Yeah, have a seat.
Yeah, let's get a load of this one.
Onion, please give us extra mercy.
You can't bring that drink in here.
Oh, you can finish it if you want. I'm not sick.
Sure.
I promise
She knows
it's all
the
the
rules.
truth. No, seriously.
Could you state your name for the record?
Madison King. Madison is with 2 N's, 1 Y, but it's not where you think.
Could you just spell it for us?
Absolutely, I will for sure. MADISYN.
Could you tell us about the night you participated in Donnie Blaze's show?
My brain.
So first he gave me roses that didn't smell like anything. And then he pushed me into
They're probably Jimmy O.
a fireland.
That must have been terrifying. How did you escape?
I made a pact with a demon that I cannot discuss. Otherwise, he said he would reap my soul and the souls of all I love, which honestly is so dramatic, and I hate drama.
So something so serious, which, well, any movie studio will make of a such story just one of the most captivating and jaw-dropping and just brutal, probably, movies. She's like, I don't like the drama. Can you be more like superficial? Like more, just a bit more. That's not enough. Just, you know, more, please, Marvel.
This was a mistake. It was your idea.
The demon, I think his name is Jake,
I know Jake. You do? Yeah.
opened a portal that dropped me off at Wonger's house, and that's how we became besties.
And how
Besties.
would you describe your emotional state during this saga?
He doesn't even have a brain. What emotions?
Great question. At first it was fun, then scary, then fun again, then spooky, but in a fun way.
I don't know whether to cry or laugh about this.
Thank you. Madison, you can sit down.
Welcome.
You can just go to your portal and I don't know what to do, like go with the demon, like party or something, because apparently demons are super fun or anything like that. Whatever, English. I'm trying to read your comment. Oh no, the check. Yes. Half and half? Yes. Oh wait, I forgot something in the car, my wallet. Just I will go grab it. Yeah. Overtone window is a sociological concept of existence of a framework of an acceptable range of options in public statements of politicians and activists from point of view of current public discourse. Jesus Christ, Vasak. That's too sophisticated for this show. Oh, TBD to be determined, so he doesn't even know yet? Oh, so even worse than we thought. Thanks, dear Clayton. Thank you. This is what they want children to think of us. Hollywood doesn't have any shame. They don't. This is not a movie. This is a TV show from Disney Plus, Zach. I feel sorry for the people who actually want to tell a good story, but they can't because of all the current stupidity. I can't watch this. Yes. Your brain, Vasak. Yeah. Enjoy the torture. And by the way, guys, this show is it's written by women, which would be good if they were good, but the fact that it's written by women, directed or whatever, it does not make it better. And Marvel should know this. It's great, that women get more work in Hollywood, but obviously you have to pick whoever is qualified and not a complete, incompetent ass, no matter if it's a woman's ass, their asses, She's so completely fake, my head hurts just watching her, I can't even... Well, you know what is the irony actually? That Snooki, if you can check who that is, you will see that she's exactly the same, but in real life. Snooki actually, she's not at least fake. I mean, she is like this way, she's a bit more mature these days, but she used to be like this, like in Jersey Shore show, getting drink, fall into the street because she's drunk, talking stupid things, go to pee in the pool or pee behind a bench in the park, or like horrible things like this, being arrested for public intoxication, so many stuff, but at least she is herself. Why, this is so fake. Oh Jesus. In general, I mean, the character is obviously trying to present herself as stupid as she is, but yeah. It's like that time when I was scared because a bear was at my window, but it was fun, so I pet it. But then he bit me and I'm handless now, but what was... But that was dumb, so it load, but then got scared. The level of writing and acting is very cheap, to say the least. I think The Witcher 3 is when Gary is finally going to Curse of Rage. Season 3? We will see. We'll see. Hopefully not, but we'll see.
Your Honor, I move to dismiss. As you can see, Donnie's performance is a fun and spooky experience, which is the sweet spot for magic, in my professional opinion. The bottom line, you cannot copy...
Even sat on her chair. Okay, never mind. These guys are trying to show that Focus Pocus is the same as real magic, and this is ridiculous and doesn't make any sense, because in this point there was years upon years in which the world has been exposed to all kinds of things, gods, Chitauri invasion, Thanos, other magical stuff, Wanda, and so on. So nobody should think in their right mind that Focus Pocus is the same as real magic, and that this is real magic.
In a few weeks.
Absolutely right. So here we have She-Hulk, who decided to actually make a real profile of She-Hulk. And in the comic books, Jen starts to feel more confident in She-Hulk, and she accepts that part of herself, and she actually doesn't want to turn into Jen. So it's the opposite in the comic books. Maybe they're going in that direction. But who knows, because it's a TV show, they don't have enough budget to show her that often, I guess. Although, why wouldn't they? I mean, once you make an asset, it's just easier. I don't know.
I'm not proud of this.
Well, why? Why not? It's still her. It's still her. I mean, to be She-Hulk, it's still her, guys, because it is her genes that make this possible. If it was anyone else in that accident with Bruce, and they get cut and then his blood gets into their blood, they will not be She-Hulk, they will not be Hulk, they maybe just die out of the enormous exposure to radiation, which is established in this. So it's still her. There's nothing stopping her to use this as her advantage. Although it's interesting the type of guys that would want to sleep with 2 meters, like 7 feet or whatever she is in terms of height, a woman, because also she is proportionately huge, which means that you have to have a huge dung. Excuse my language, for you to be able to, do it with her and for her to actually feel something. So that's the funny thing. Well, there are guys that would totally fit the bill, even for her size, but still, how many guys actually are so well into that? That's the funny thing.
Camera, action.
Jesus, is that not the most attractive picture ever? Is that Megan Thee Stallion again? I want to get a copyright. Okay, I don't want to get, yeah. So, let's see the dates, guys, because the dates are just, yeah, awesome. Not in a really awesome way. After that, Miss Deka, you will need to broadcast something good to make easier the suffering of our brains. Oh, come on, at least it's entertaining to laugh at it. Yeah, Gary should pick an actual good series to watch and review. What are your recommended, guys? I have to think about that, actually. Yeah, I wouldn't stand a chance with her. I'm not sure because, well, I have no idea how you look, Andrew, but judging by what she have seen thus far, she doesn't even have a type. She just goes for anyone, really. Space Marine reporting to duty. Amp, you see? There is a green lady. Yeah, purge it right now. That's what the Emperor would say. When Hulk transfer, he can't control himself but destroy everything in front of him. How come she present inside the judgment and talk normally like a lawyer? Well, because She-Hulk is in control a lot more than he is in general. She can be She-Hulk and be in control. She does have like a wild side, which is basically the Hulk version of her, where she's completely the Hulk, and she does have an alter ego like Bruce does. She just doesn't know it yet. At least that's how in the comic books. But in general, She-Hulk most of the time is, cognitive of her abilities herself, and she has her personality, the Gen personality.
Well, I just did 600. I'm not even.
So this is David Tatanga. He was a wrestler. He's gotten bigger.
You look very nice too.
Hey, can I ask you a personal question?
Of course.
How much can you deadlift?
A literal ton?
That's fun.
Well, I just did 600. I'm not even a superhero.
Hey, can somebody take our order?
I'm pretty sure he cannot do that. I mean, how many people can do 600 pounds? That's like 300 kilos. Not many.
The movie just premiered at Sundance. It was at
So from this guy that's huge and muscled, and a lot more attractive than this guy, then to this guy, literally, she does not big at all. This guy's like a child.
actually about a lawyer. His expertise is constitutional law, and that is how he became the attorney to the vice president.
I have to admit, I was a fan before.
Even
we
worse?
matched. And your battle with Titania in court, it was incredible.
And we still don't know why she was there in the first place. Why did Titania attack this case? Nobody knows
People
yet.
love using that word around me.
Oh, because yeah.
My cousin.
Yeah. So is it true?
And she's so fake here. She's just trying to present herself some kind of a way to sound cool and all, but she just comes out as super insecure and ridiculously acting.
Are you indestructible?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I haven't really tested it out. I'm not looking to get myself killed here.
Yeah. Well, what about super speed, night vision, impenetrable skin?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a nerd. Huge nerd. I mean, I would be very curious about those things if I didn't know them, but I would probably be respectful and just not ask about those things. I mean, my good manners will overrun my curiosity.
My skin is impenetrable, at least with Anything on Earth?
Even vibranium?
Why, do you have some on you? You want to test it out?
No, I wish. God, you're just so...
Very creepy.
What a specimen.
Did you just call me a specimen?
Jesus Christ.
As a compliment.
Yeah. And they're showing this exactly. Well, they mean to say, oh yeah, this guy's just trying to not be the, such a insulting guy, but he still is because he doesn't realize what he's saying. He's just on the nose. Once again, if you have to have a drink or just write it down every time that a man is super, like made to be super unaware of themselves and super stupid, well, if you drink, you will be dead probably, and if you write it down, you're just going to have this page. Yeah, very long one.
Is there anything worse than dating in your 30s?
What does that has to do with absolutely anything? What's the difference? Like literally, like imagine today you're 29 and tomorrow you're 30 and you just have a date, the next day, and how is that gonna be different? Ridiculous. I mean, people are so immature, some people, not all, some people are so immature that even if they're 50, they're still so immature. It's ridiculous. And I had once one colleague that said, Gary, if I didn't know, I would say you are 50. And I'm like, thank you. And he's like, I mean, only by the way that you are, but not by appearance. And I'm like, okay, thank you. Although, once again, I do know people that are 50 and they're so not mature. They're so much less mature than me. That's unbelievable. But anyway, that was just funny. But yeah, why does it have to be about age in general? Oh, anyway, it's just dumb.
So, what's your story, buddy?
She's huge.
I'm in medicine.
Ooh, is that like code for selling Adderall?
I mean, literally, her palm is like bigger than his head. Ridiculous.
I'm a pediatric oncologist.
Oh.
Can I be honest with you? I've been on so many first dates, and I hate talking about myself. Tell me about you.
Ooh.
Oh.
Also, should we split some fries?
Yeah, let's get those to go.
Yeah, she has fast metabolism. She doesn't care about calories.
Now, I want
Good
you
for
to close
her.
your eyes.
And skipping. This is horrible neglect of everything. I mean, of power. Why did nobody decide to take this ring, which, I mean, he's just opening portals. Freaking hell. So, more of this.
Tell me more about how you felt.
I mean, he's obviously very, 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 very muscular, actually with a lot of body fat too. So, yeah, he's not only so muscular, but he's still super small, compared with her anyways. Okay, this just looks ridiculous and it's not really that important, so skipping. Then she's gonna fight with very incompetently some evil demons, like so.
They don't die?
Sorcerer Supreme is supposed to just will them out of existence, but he can't. He's so incompetent himself.
You know these are technically billable hours.
Demons, send them all through here.
I'm sorry, Queen.
And where did they go? They could just send them somewhere where there's like no life. And, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's the other thing. Look at this. I hope that this guy gets huge. Because otherwise, just... no. And after this evening, something about Titania which nobody cares about. She decided to show herself as Jen for what reason exactly?
Who are you?
I mean, in the comic books, she's kind of scared that, men are going to see her as herself and not like her. So she's just She-Hulk all the time as well.
Jen. Just not in Hulk form. Just Jen.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. That's cool. Unexpected.
I made breakfast.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, great. So even he doesn't want to be with her now. So he was presented not as superficial, but he is superficial.
And don't worry about the sweater.
Just
whatever. Hot doctor's a cliche anyway.
It's just pathetic. She doesn't know. I mean, she has some kind of expectations that are just not covered. Because she just doesn't know what she's doing. Okay, now finally. Yeah, such an epic music for absolutely nothing. Thank you very much. Is this man Moore?
Longers, have you ever had tequila sunrise?
Yeah,
I guess.
I think so.
Long Island iced tea?
Yep.
Blue carousel?
No. What's blue carousel?
I don't know, it's blue.
Why is she still
Manhattan?
there?
Yep. And had
Slow gin fizz?
No.
Just vodka straight?
No, I've had
Goldschlagers?
vodka and yak milk. Never again.
Do you have any of that here?
Actually, we still have some left from the wedding.
I would love to try some yak milk.
Yeah.
What's your favorite drink?
Well, gin and tonic.
Longers!
Right.
Ow!
Okay.
I don't know if they do bottomless gin and tonic,
No.
but we will find it.
Okay.
Oh my god, yum.
Jesus Christ. So that is the worst insult on TV today, guys, I guess. Well, there's more Rings of Power. Yeah, so this is Sorcerer Supreme. Okay, I'm fine. I'm not gonna get pissed. I'm already am. So yeah, reading your final comments, guys. And yeah, I hope they just invite Snooki there, because at least get the real thing. Lots of gamers got hot under the collar for her. Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil Village. Yeah, actually. Yeah, Lady Inspiration for generation of gamers, memes, and many kinds indeed. Yeah. Well, I don't know what's the fetish about her, guys, but okay. She's more of a spectacle or an occasion for these days. He can't because he's weak man, which he should be. Sarcasm. Oh, this looks like just a set of asshole men constantly meet on the way of a good, strong, independent hoax. Yeah, they want to hammer on our heads with that. Yeah, a very strange one indeed. Regardless of all that crap, one positive point, to be honest, little I can say. The quality of CGI is good. You can feel she's really like a green human. Not really when you watch the show up close and personal. It doesn't look very good at all. I mean, it looked good in the trailers, it looked good on YouTube. Well, actually not that much really. Really look better in the trailers when you don't see her, when there's some chosen moments. But when you see her like all the time, this is not good, guys. It's not really good. It's nothing like Avatar. Avatar, when they move, they don't move like they're fake CGI characters. I mean, every muscle on the face moves perfectly. You know, when we move, when we talk, like you see me now, the movements are a bit hard. They're not like so soft. But when CGI here, it's just so soft that it's not realistic. It's like, wow, everything here just so... It looks like she's made of rubber, okay? It is the same thing with Hulk, only what makes him look better is the fact that he's older, he has a lot more lines on his face, and he has a beard, and he's the guy, he just has more rough features, so that's why he looks better, but still the same issue of the movement of the face is there. They're very expressive, both of them, very expressive, but just it doesn't look real. Not the clothes, not the hair, because you know her hair moves like this, you know, like it's floating all the time or something, like it's underwater. That is how the physics are, but that is not how the physics are in real life. You know, it's much, you know, it's hard movement. It's like a, what's the word for that, like it's more sudden, you know. It's not and the movements of the face also are more sudden. It's not that soft moving, if you know what I mean. So until they can fix that, that's one of the things that get you most out of any CGI character, really, is the texture, is the light falling on the object or character, and then it's the movement. Those three things. If they do not get those right, it's ridiculous. And once again, you can just watch Avatar and remember how things were there, because they're just a lot better. And I suppose in the newer one even more. If she meets Rio a good partner only when she realizes that she's a lesbian, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, right? I wouldn't be surprised either. In today's times, anything. Have a great evening. Stay safe to you, Andrea, and everyone. The sad part about this is that she's a fetish for these men or something similar, but she hopes they will want more than just a selfish experience. The show makes light of it, but it is harsh. Yeah. And nobody likes her as Jennifer, which is also a bit ridiculous. I mean, she's not like the most attractive woman in the world. She can do a lot if she just changed her hairdo. You know, she trains a bit or something. Actually, She-Hulk in the comic books does train, because she does see that when she is training as Jen, she does get better and being a Hulk, and regularly that does affect her shape, you know, when in Hulk form. So she just gets more athletic and more capable if she does train. Very good point. But yeah, I don't know if they're going to do this here. But the point is, although She-Hulk is a lot more attractive than Jen, Jen still can do things to, you know, fix herself, but she doesn't. She looks like an 80s woman from the 80s for some reason, and not the Farrah Fawcett attractive kind. So that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this breakdown of the last 2 episodes of She-Hulk. A lot, you know, as you can see. I don't know where they're going to, you know, with this, but so far they disrespected so many characters and the whole universe with this show alone, so I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't really have much of any hopes for this. If they're going to be as woke as they are now, I only wonder if there's any like spark of meaning in the end of this. Probably not. Thank you to you guys. So as always, if you'd like to support me, links down below to my OnlyFans, where I do all of my meaningful you know, sex educational content, fitness, health, nutrition, relationship advice, and more. My own physique update when I'm trying to hook out in a real way. So see you guys, and I hope that you have a great new week. Love it. Bye bye.